Okay, class, this is motor control video number 2 that I'm filming based on a 3-wire control circuit. So this will employ a start push button, a stop push button, our magnetic motor starter. We're going to need to wire up our holding or seal-in contacts. Okay, and then we'll also, so that's the control circuit that we'll wire up. And then the power circuit, we will connect up our 3-phase power coming from our line conductors, which are down here. Okay, so our line 1, line 2, line 3 will head up to here, and then out of there, the T1, T2, T3, we will head over to the motor connections, which are over here. And I'll pan up to the motor once it starts running. Okay, so I've done a diagram here with our simple 3-wire control. What I'm going to do is on camera here, I'll just quickly number that, if we can, hopefully, without it getting a little bit messed up. Okay, and then based on that numbering system, we can see where the numbers would end up being. So there is a video with numbering these out on the Learning Hub. So we're going to start at our line 1. We're going to give that a number 1, and the first side of the stop is a number 1. We cross over the device, that number changes, and anything attached to that number gets the same, or anything attached to that gets the same number. So these are all 2s. We cross over, this becomes a 3. This side of the coil is a 3, and that seal-in contact is also a 3. So that's a good reason or an indicator why they call this a 2-3 contact. We cross over the motor starter coil, that gets a 4. And then the overload relay gets a 5. And I'll sort of take this off again so that you can see it on camera a bit better. So that's what I've labeled. So here we've got our 1, cross over the stop, these are all our 2s. This gets the 3s. Then we got our 4 and our 5. Now if we were to copy that up on the actual starter, so we need to have a wire coming out of our line 1 going to our stop. That's our number 1, so I'll do that one right now. So our line 1 connection, sorry, I gotta move this out of the way a little bit. Our line 1 connection is there. This is our control circuit. We're gonna go to the stop, and remember I metered this in the previous video. We're then gonna come out of that stop and head to the start push button. So this is now my number 2. Okay, so that's that connection there. We also need a jumper going from that start, paralleling that seal-in contact with there. So I'm just going to put that one in, look for a smaller wire. So this is my 2, heading over to my number 2 on this guy. So that's going up to the yellow. All right. Out of the other side of the 3, or sorry, out of the other side of the start, we need to parallel up to the 3. So I'm going to do that. To the other side of the start. Okay, so that's connected. And then we need a return path for current to flow, so that's our neutral. But that also has to go through all of the other connections. So I haven't shown you the other wire of number 3 or that 4 from the coil going to the overloads. And then, but what I've just connected up is a number 5, that white wire there. That's the neutral connection. The reason why I didn't show these is because they're technically already pre-wired for us. So the one side of this 3 from the start push button, or from the 3 terminal going to the coil, is this red wire up here. It comes out of terminal 3 on that seal-in contact and goes to one side of the coil. The number 4 is this red wire here that jumps down to one side of the overload contacts. Okay? And then we come out of the other side of the overload normally closed contacts and head over to here. Okay, so if I were to turn power on right now on the control circuit, I should be able to start and stop this, which I can. Okay, so I'm just going to shut that power down now, and now I'm going to connect up my motor. Okay, so my motor, I need my line 1 going to my line 1 connection on the input side of my starter. Line 2 then goes to my line 2 on the starter. And line 3 goes to my line 3 of the starter. And then we're going to come out of that starter with 3 lines, my 3 phases. My T1, T2, sorry, and T3. And they're going to head over to our starter or our motor contacts over here. Okay, I'll just move the meter out of the way. So that's that connection there. And if I zoom out, you should be able to maybe see the motor spin in a minute here. Okay, so I'm going to turn my power circuit on. I'm going to turn my control circuit on. I'm then going to hit the start button. And we now have a motor rotating. Okay, I hit the stop button. The motor no longer rotates. Okay, so that's it for that video. The next video I'll quickly demonstrate the values of inrush current and the running current, or the FLA on these things. So that'll be in the next video. Thank you.